Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Pete.
Rob, thank you very much. So next up is Dale Watkins, who's going to do the speech evaluation for Alex White. Dale Watkins.
Thank you, Peter. Alex's story was one that I think we can all identify with. We thought we were getting a good deal, whether it's a car, a house, camera, whatever. And as it turns out, the seller was less than ethical. But the objectives that Alex had was to connect with his audience. And I think this is a story that we can all relate to, so I think that everyone did pay attention and could identify. And I thought the eye contact, which was his second objective, I thought that was very good. As far as referring to notes, I think that's one thing that Alex could improve on. May have been a lack of time as far as memorizing the story. But be that as it may, I think we all get the message, which is basically be careful. But I must compliment Alex in being honorable, because I'm not sure if I thought I was getting a bad deal that I would have gone through with it. And he made a deal, and he lived with it. There was a touch of hedonism in this particular story, in that after all is said and done, and I neglected to mention that in driving the place at our home, he hit a tree, which that was sort of the frosting on the cake, I guess, as far as making this a bad day. But back to the hedonism, and that was that down the road, and I don't know if it was a week or 6 months, but him and his wife were able to laugh, and I guess that ties into the happiness theme for the day. As far as the evaluation form, I had 4 5s on vocal variety, audience awareness, impact, and pace, which is the top rating. As far as the next rating, which is a 4, I did have 5 of those, and that was clarity, eye contact, comfort level, interest, and impact. And number 3, which is considered accomplished, I had 2 of those on gestures, which I didn't see too much of, and impact. So overall, this was a very good speech, something we could all identify with.
Dale, thank you. Next up is Brendan O'Brien, and as he comes up, I will read what he said about happiness. I think this makes Brendan a hedonist, because he says he finds happiness around more people who are lighthearted and full of spirit. I enjoy the commotion when I'm surrounded by sports fans watching baseball, football, and soccer. Thank you, Brendan. And forgetting about the serious issues of life for just a moment. Brendan O'Brien.
I'm really glad I answered it that way, because you were all the things about family, and my happiest moment are things like when we have the Olympics. And like I say about New Year's, like New Year's is the closest thing we get to the world sort of being happy in one time. And Olympics is a way for as many people in the world to engage in something that's lighthearted, forget about. Even during wartime, the countries have still participated in the Olympics, and it makes us all human. Please April, will you tell me how long Jane spoke for?
Okay, it's 6 minutes and 35 seconds.
6:35, so right in the middle. So did you get the red card or the yellow card? I thought it was a yellow. I think it was yellow.
6:35.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say something else. So you were great with the time. I guess I'll generally start with the positive. I love how you came out with us and engaged us immediately and had a sort of a conversation about what happened. That's just a little sprinkle. I hope it's still just a little sprinkle. It would be so much better for hedonism if it just stays a sprinkle. But sure enough, the rain came. And that's when your voice told us you didn't like it very much. I loved your voice in this. Are you kidding? Could have said that about the tavern too, about not having a drink, but you said that about the weather. I thought you were very clear, very conversational with us. It flowed all the way through. I like it went from place to place in the story. It was a story, and brought us there and described everything. As I said, your voice was very poignant for the story you were telling. So as far as things that I thought could be different, I thought you were a little fast as you went along, and you didn't have to go as fast. And I thought you were a little bit quick making a conclusion when you could have actually almost. What is the conclusion going to be like? You were so good. I felt like I wanted to sort of end it with a solid conclusion. And again, I'm supposed to ask. The evaluation says, what did you do well and what should I challenge you with? So I said, try to make your gestures more in sync with your vocal writing, your examples, your descriptions that you use, and also, as I said, try to build a conclusion. But I felt like it was there, and it was actually very dramatic, and well done for a story. Well done.
Thank you, Brendan. Next up is Mary Alice Richardson, who's going to give us the grammarian report, and you can do it from your seat.
Everybody was quite clean in their speech. There were very few ums. Alex used twice, I counted, in his speech. Not bad for a 5 to 7 minute speech. Carmel, Peter, Dale, Brendan said a few times. Jane and Dale are to be congratulated for using hedonism, the word of the day, or hedonist, which was great. I don't think anyone else did, but thank you.
I tried to sneak it in, but
okay, that's the report.
Next up is April Wong, who's going to give us the timer report.
Okay. Peter 4:23. You say the first, you 2 minutes more, I don't know. But I know that there are 2 new members here, I mean 2 new guests here, so that you spend more time, double time. Yeah. Then Peter for him is 4:28. And Rob, 2:20. And Mary, 2:22. Chris, 2:10. Dell, only 20 seconds. And Alex is 6:54. And Brenda, 50. And Jan, 6:35. In the table topics, Rob, 1:30. The first Bob, 1:30. Carnell, 1:55. Peter, 1:30. Then speech for one speaker, Dell, 3:36. Brenda, 4 minutes. It's more.